Here is John Dancy, NBC News.
Good evening. Both President Marcos and Mrs. Corazon Aquino continue to claim victory in the Philippine election amid widespread indications of vote stealing. Haiti's new military rulers dissolved parliament today. There have been charges of fraud in recent parliamentary elections there. Doctors in Tucson today gave Mrs. Bernadette Shires a second artificial heart after a transplanted human heart failed. And Marilyn Klinghoffer is dead of cancer at age 59. Her husband, Leon, a wheelchair patient, was killed and thrown overboard last fall by the hijackers of the Aquile Loro cruise liner. I'm John Dancy in Washington. More news later on this NBC station.
I hope that people watch because I'm like them, because we're friends.
Weekdays at 10 on Channel 5.
Cincinnati Bell asks, has this ever happened to you?
Herman, it's for you.
Oh.
Herman,
Yeah?
it's for you.
Why can't you have a phone in your room? Well, you can. Cincinnati Bell phone centers are having a phone sale. Save $25 on the AT&T Cordless 8000 and save $20 on the AT&T Touch-O-Matic 1600.
Hello? Honey, it's for you.
Hurry and save through February 28th at Cincinnati Bell phone centers.
If you love the hearty wholesomeness of original Quaker Oats, you love these delicious sequels. Announcing Quaker Oats with apple, raisin, and spice. Quaker Oats with raisin and cinnamon. Featuring chunks of delicious fruit. Juicy apples, they're hot. Sumptuous raisins in every bite. Thrill your taste buds and get the colossal benefits of fiber, protein, and whole grain nutrition. Quaker Oats, apple, raisin, and spice. Raisin and cinnamon. They cook in 1 minute. Now at grocers everywhere. Rated G. Goodness for the whole family.
Donahue, tomorrow at 9 on Channel 5.
Under Siege continues, starring Peter Strauss, Victoria Tennant, Hal Holbrook, and E.G. Marshall.
For classic cold symptoms, the #1 choice of pediatricians and pharmacists is Triaminic cold syrup. It's #1 to clear up your child's sneezing and runny, stuffy nose, as well as your own. So get #1, Triaminic cold syrup. Exactly what you need.
I met a man who can take you 1,000,000 miles away, all in one evening.
So how do you like my office? Wow. Looks like we still got some setting up to do. Come on, Hal. Let's go get some hot coffee.
There's one instant decaffeinated really worth sharing. Maxwell House Instant Decaffeinated Coffee. The only one with enough rich, fresh taste to be called Maxwell House.
Well, curtains up.
It couldn't be anything but Maxwell House.
I lost it all. Everything.
Jack Casey just landed.
Driving a bike and delivering junk, that's for you?
In a world where danger is a constant.
You can't touch me.
Disappear. And survival is an instinct. Jack Casey's gonna teach the streets a whole new set of rules. Kevin Bacon, Quicksilver, rated PG. Starts Friday at select theaters.
Next Sunday, it's two of America's biggest country western stars, Chris Christopherson and Johnny Cash, as Frank and Jesse James. They're wanted dead or alive by the law and the ladies.
The most wanted man in America.
It's an NBC world premiere movie.
One last bank.
The last days of Frank and Jesse James.
Everyone wants to get robbed by Jesse James.
Monday, February 17th. A network television premiere. The girl, the dream, the man she loved. The movie experience that electrified a generation. Flashdance.
You do something to me.
Real cheese does so much for you because it gets its goodness from fresh, wholesome milk.
Something that simply mystifies me.
It's one of nature's most concentrated sources of calcium.
You do something to me.
Make your meal sing with real cheese.
That nothing
strong sinus medicine, but this has aspirin, this alcohol, this caffeine. I want Dristan.
Dristan contains 3 doctor-recommended medicines for strong sinus cold relief.
Without ingredients, I don't want Dristan.
I thought this demonstration was just advertising, but Denorex tingles. Tells me it's doing more. Regular Head and Shoulders, no tingle.
Both have dandruff medicine, but Denorex adds an extra anti-itch medicine and conditioner, too.
Goodbye, Head and Shoulders. Hello, Denorex.
Stand by. Let me know the minute that film comes in. In this business, you can't stop for a headache. I used to take aspirin or Tylenol, but I've switched to Advil. In its first year, doctors have recommended Advil more than 500,000 times. You see, just one Advil is as effective as 2 regular-strength Tylenol or 2 regular aspirin. That makes sense to me. And Advil didn't upset my stomach. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
The Venice Simplon Orient Express. Naturally, the most luxurious train in the world serves the richest coffee in the world.
Oh, c'est impossible! Pas de café de Colombie! Vite, vite, retournez à Paris!
100% Colombian coffee, handpicked by Juan Valdez.
NBC Sunday Night at the Movies will return following these messages.
Tuesday on the 18th. Join him for rockin' and stompin'. By George, can the 18 keep up? Tuesday. I'm rolling.
This is an update from News 5.
Good evening, I'm Carol Wilson. In the news tonight, 4 Colerain teenagers should be safe in their homes tonight following a bizarre kidnapping that reportedly ended yesterday in Lake City, Florida. We have the latest in that election in the Philippines and the reaction of a local woman who's just returned from that troubled part of the world. And we'll tell you about the trial in Italy of more than 400 mafia leaders. All the day's news, weather, and sports at 11 on News 5.
This TV5 News Update is brought to you by Thriftway Food and Drugs. Have a Thriftway Day.
Shop and save the Thriftway way. Have yourself a Thriftway day.
For more low prices and Best Buy specials that really save you money, come to Thriftway 24 hours a day, every day.
Watson's giant, spectacular, incredible 2-for-1 sale. When you buy one, you get one free. Summer goods are on the way and our warehouse is overstocked. Uh-oh, Watson's has 2 too many spas and hot tubs. Prices starting at 2 for $19.99. Bring your truck or bring your trailer, buy one and get one free. Satellite antennas with over 160 unscrambled channels to choose from. 2 8-foot fiberglass antennas for $19.99. Don't need to? Well, bring a friend or we'll find one for you during Watson's 2-for-1 sale.
Your best quality Ford dealers declare February as Ford Month. That's right, February is official Ford Month. Over 3,000 new Ford cars and trucks in stock. Big sale prices during the greatest sale ever on all 86 Ford cars and trucks. Special rates on Escorts and Rangers. America's best-built cars and trucks could save you up to $1,000. And see the 1986 Ford Taurus. 3,000 new Ford cars and trucks must be sold during February Ford Month at your best quality Ford dealer.
The new Newlywed Game, tomorrow at 7 on Channel 5.
They seem like nothing and work so well.
What seems like nothing and works so well?
New Playtex Slender Regular Tampons, Mom.
That is new.
It's the most comfortable Slender Regular I've ever tried. With a special Playtex plastic applicator. Way more comfortable than cardboard. And the protection I've been looking for.
Try Playtex tampons or Playtex deodorant tampons in new Slender Regular.
Seem like nothing. Work so well.
I'm convinced.
Presenting 14 savory flavors to shake your craving for salt. Mrs. Dash, 14 herbs and spices so vegetables snap, chicken sizzles. No bitter taste of salt substitutes. Mrs. Dash, instead of salt.
New VO5 hairspray is actually good for my hair. It doesn't leave it dry. It truly improves my hair's condition. Doesn't dull or damage. And the more I use it, the better my hair looks and feels.
Patented VO5, good for your hair.
Stuart, you still up? Experimenting with another cold's medicine? Oh, it's nighttime, honey. Where's the NyQuil?
I took this, but I'm still coughing, aching, fever.
But NyQuil relieves your sniffling, sneezing, and stuffy head, plus coughs, aches, and fever, all so you can rest. Are you resting now? Oh.
NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever, so you can rest medicine. From Vicks, of course.
Are you anything like my brother Jack? He figured the only way to get into a serious road car was to go empty his bank account and buy something from the Black Forest. Well, I talked him into driving a Mazda 626. Now he's going around telling everyone he knows about refinements, like the better aerodynamics, the new fuel injection, and the great performance. But the way I figured, I saved old Jack about $7,000 bucks. You think I'll ever see any of it?
No way.
That's what I thought.
Thursday on Hill Street, Barillo is shot. While he clings to life, Joyce remembers their first meeting.
Are you okay?
I think so.
Their very first date.
You know, I'd really like to ask you out, but...
And the wonderful love they shared.
I was just wondering if we should try to get some sleep.
Why bother?
A very special Hill Street Thursday.
Teamwork is what built America. And now teamwork has come to American banking. Local savings institutions bringing you banking nationwide, yet keeping decisions close to home. For banking that's powerful and personal, team up with us, the member near you of First Nationwide Network. Super premium taste and a less filling beer.
Michelob Light, oh yes you can. Have it all.
Today is going to South America. First stop, Rio for Carnival.
We'll take you to the mysterious Amazon, look at voodoo and the gauchos of Argentina.
A special week of Today in South America, starting Monday.
And tomorrow night on an all-new TV's Bloopers and Practical Jokes, the jokes on Mafia Princess Susan Lucci, plus Chicago Super Bowl superstars. Then an NBC Network movie premiere, An Officer and a Gentleman, starring Richard Gere, Deborah Winger, and Louis Gossett Jr. An Officer and a Gentleman tomorrow night.
Tuesday, guess who's coming to the A-Team?
Boy George and the Culture Club.
And the action is...
Too marvelous for words.
So get in on the act, because things are going to be rocking and stomping.
What next?
When Boy George meets the A-Team, Tuesday.
I'm rolling.
Get the lowest monthly payment available on the hottest car in Cincinnati. Hearst GM Center has a great selection of Pontiac's mid-engine Fiero for as little as $169 a month. Get air, tilt wheel, luggage rack, AM/FM stereo, and more, just $169 a month. Get a Pontiac Fiero for as little as $169 a month now at Hearst GM Center, just minutes from Cincinnati on Route 42 North, Lebanon.
Wheel of Fortune, tomorrow at 4 on Channel 5. News 5 with Dave Robinson, Carol Wilson, Steve Horstmeyer's weather. Tom Verrado has sports. Now, Cincinnati's News 5 tonight.
Good evening. They are home safe. All 4 Colerain High School students who say they were kidnapped at knife point Friday night in the high school parking lot arrived tonight from Florida. Parents, brothers, sisters, relatives, and friends had a long, anxious wait at the airport tonight. Their plane was almost an hour late. When it finally arrived, it ended an ordeal that began 50 hours before. The 4, Vicki Renner, Tanya Tyrion, Martin Day, and Tom Nerswick, arrived to a tearful reunion. The obviously shaken teens were quickly hustled away by their parents, who had very little to say to reporters.
Imagine you're glad that your daughter's back now. Extremely happy, to say the least. She really don't want to talk to nobody, though. She's shook up.
The 4 teens were described as friends, none of them dating each other. This afternoon, News 5's John London talked with a parent and authorities about the kidnapping.
The 4 Colerain High School students have told police and parents that they were not harmed. 18-year-old Tom Nerswick, a senior,
Tanya Therian and Vicki Renner, both 16, and 15-year-old Martin Day, all described to us today as good kids.
It was here in the parking lot of Colerain High School that the 4 students say they were kidnapped at knife point. They were here for a Friday night basketball game. Here's the story they told police. 3 of them were in a car at the time. The 4th, a girl, was outside the car when a man pulled a knife and forced her to get in, and then forced all 4 kids to drive him to Florida.
Chief Deputy Vic Corelli says the kids got away at a gas station near Lake City, Florida.
The boy got out to go to the restroom, and the abductor went along with him and told the other 3 remaining in the car that if they took off, he would harm the boy. The boy went into the restroom. The abductor remained on the outside, and when the boy came out of the restroom, the abductor was gone.
The mother of the youngest of the 4, Martin Day, talked with her son on the phone yesterday.
He said, "I'm okay," and I, said, "I just thank God you're alive."
We had a dance at school last night, and people there had heard, and I guess their first comment was, "How are they?" And we said, "Well, the reports we have said they're doing fine, that there was no harm done, no injury." And I think that was the concern that everyone has at this point.
A different concern was voiced by one of the parents today. It deals with how quickly police responded to the report of 4 missing kids.
I feel like the police should have had bulletins out immediately as soon as they were notified. The license number of the car should have been transmitted everywhere, and that car should have been found and picked up.
And many times we will like to wait a short period of time to make sure that the youngsters just aren't staying out an extra hour or so beyond their curfew and time to be expected to be home. So I wouldn't say that in this particular case there was any great abuse of entering it into the computer.
Corelli says the case is being